Hey guys, I need to launch a tutorial for C++. C++, this is a training, a testing software environment, and this I will gonna present to you the C++ from CodeBlock. There is many type of IDEs in the internet. You can, but I choose this CodeBlock as my preference for coding, and we will gonna see the software testing from scratch, and I will gonna teach you how to guide what is the requirements for the C++. We will use W3 schools CPP. That's what you see in the browse. Getting start C++, and the tool we have to download from sourceforge.net is main.gw that will run in our behind code compiler for the code block. And the code block is the what you call the IDE, integrated development environment. You can choose and download from binary release, or you can download from sourceforge also. And after I demonstrate this install, after you install the code block, the next you install the main GW, and after the main GW you have to go to your system computer. It's a computer system, my computer, click property, and if any questions about how you edit from your operating system, then let me guide you. This is system environment. Then from here you have to find the path, edit, and insert the main C bin. Where is that located? You can find it into your folder on the C drive. This is the one we need the compiler to run the C++. Okay, now we are going to test the software. This is about the testing software purpose. Now if I gonna be going from the scratch, let's say my program, I wanted to close this example. We'll open a new block, don't save, then I needed to delete the history. Let's say this stuff, where is my folder, game, and the developer. Had to delete all, so we'll make from scratch. Then we go to the code block, open the IDE code block, little bit take time to operate. Just a moment. Refresh. Run as administrator. And by the way, when I'm opening the code block, I will show you the demonstrations about how to check the system of Penguin if applied to our environment, system environment G++, just to show if it is active. G++ main GCC. Then we have to go to our system, and then file, new, or project, or you can come to this create new project, console. There is a lot of application here. You can create Fortran, you can create so many applications. GTK for gaming, Arduino. This is Arduino for IoT. ABR for ABR chips. Developing assembler for example microchips with C and C++. Now we are going to test the application. Now I have to insert the C++. That is, we need to be used as compiler. By the way, the C is for assembling like IoT, microchips, and device sensors. Now we are going to C++. I type for our project. As I build it from here is the name of our project, my press program. You can assign to any place which your desirable folder where you locate in your directory. You can choose documents, you can choose where you can easily to find your applications. Right now our our folder is empty. Now next, what is the default GNU GCC compiler, debug options, bin debug. This will be created on your folder, by the way, after you build the compilations, and I'll show you in the folder the status, and finish. Now we are in the main CPP source. Double click. Now this is the default from C++. Actually we are saying IO streams include is always this one, and header, user namespace, standard, stdmin, and we can also, if we don't need this namespace, we can use from the body that to call this std. And cout means the print out, and end of the line means end, and hello world will be output of this we need to output hello world and the return. Now we create build, and this is the output that we have. Debug, it means there's no any error. And G++, walk through G++. Okay, now same thing, we needed to run the program so we can see the pop-up from command line, which is the terminal command line. Now we have hello world output from our exe, and process return execute, and you can press any key to exit, tab, space, or any what you see in your keyboard. Then we go to the folder, and I show you the folder from the desktop, which is developer programming C++, and here you are. It's create a files. When during the time when you're debugging, the exe is there, object main.o, and the rest means CPP and my first CPP program. Actually, this my first program is CodeBlock program, which our IDE to run to build this CPP, which is the one, the syntax we are build. Now for the testing actual, we're going to the testing now. Let me to make a 2 windows so you can see it easily. Now for the testing, we will add at the bottom, let's say I need, here is my comment. The C++ ignored the space, so when we go build, say build and test, if there is some error, there's no error. Okay, now the next, we will create cout, then print it in the line. Then I can say I am learning C++, and to back arrow to say that this is the end, and don't forget comma. So we'll try to make a build. We will need to see if there's some error. There's no error, and we can see from our exe hello world, then I am learning C++ on the next tab. So if we want this text sample to have some extra functionality for the testing, say omitting namespace. Omitting namespace means we will remove the standard. Let's say we will remove this using standard. You might see some C++ programs that runs without the standard namespace. So means library. Sometimes, not all the times, but it's very useful for this namespace on the top always. So this is the namespace to reduce your files, and very helpful the namespace. Now what we will do for the testing, I will remove the using namespace, then instead we'll put steady out in the front of cout, steady standard, and two colon in the operator, and we will build. It will see the error. Yeah, there is some error. Was declared the scope number 5 error end line. This means we'll try to remove this end line, and we will build. Okay, hello world. Let me undo. Create one more in front of cout, then return, build. What is indicate with the error? This means functions int main and error was not declared, not found. Suggest alternative std and line. So let's say this std that we see in our notepad. There's some missing. Return 0 std let me see, build. This is the gray scope cout, so it's not accepting. For now we will go back to cout. Steady. What we are doing is software testing if it is accepted by the software. It's not. So we'll go back to the space, which one, the default space, using namespace td. Later on I will be back to troubleshoot. Naming, namespace std, then we go walk through back again, build. No, there is no error. Okay, now we will pass this omit namespace later on. We have to go add a new line. If suppose example you put the new line out of the string, then you see what will happen. There is some shows error trace, Actually, we are doing the testing, finding the errors from where our error. This is the best practice. Then in my suggest, we have to insert inside your string the new line, build, there's no error, and if we're gonna run first, so you can see hello world, I am learning C++. So I remind the space, one space down. So if I will gonna make a new line more, we see what will happen. Save, build, run debug. Undo. Save. Okay, let me see from output. We'll add new line more and save, build. Always build when you create, when you insert a new. Now there is two space, the difference before and after, two space. If I'll make it say this and without end of line, we see the debug, build. Now you can see there's no space, no tab. If I say, if I'll put this one in front of tab, T/T build and run, there's a gap space in between of hello world and I'm learning. So that is the way how to manipulate the softwares. Now it means okay. If I remove and build and save, you have to go abort and build. There's no error. Now there's no space. Let's suppose example. Now we will go back to the two new line. We test already the two new line. Okay, we'll retest again. N, then save, abort, build, and there is some error. Terminating character and function. There's no match. stdisa, okay. Say one, build, yes, Now it's the new line. There is some error from the double new line, and we will see what will happen. What is cause? Then next one we will do the test manipulation end. This means manipulation ends, another way new line manipulator. Now we will do test end of line in hello world. So end line, we will remove this end line. Let me see what is the changes. Stop abort, build, there's no error. This is the output. Hello world, I am learning C++ with a tab. If I remove this both without end of line, what we'll see in the possible, abort, build, then run, hello world without space. Okay. Next, the testing is horizontal tab. We'll try to insert the horizontal tab. It was inside of the string, not outside the string. Let's say you put outside the string, it shows error. Build. Now the error is 3, comma backslash in progress and main before t. Error expect on the string before t. Must be you insert it inside the string. T. Build successful, there's no error. This area is the error that we are evaluating. There is some space. Okay, now this is the output. Note, if you forget to close the exe command line, you cannot go back directly to the build, so you have to close, abort, and there is no command line here and behind, because it is you try to executing running behind. Now this is the, for the meantime, the moment that we do a testing, and the next tutorial I will guide you to I will explain, and we will do some tests more from W3 schools in CPP, just to follow. And testing is more better than reading, because reading is you cannot understand where to find the error, is it execute or how the way it was the program running. And that's all. Thank you for watching.